Today's mindfulness tool is to help you with overwhelm. You're overwhelmed with your thoughts. Oh, the feelings. And honey, I get it. Here we have your base feeling: angry, sad, disappointed. You might then have a feeling about that feeling: pissed that you're sad, ashamed that you're angry, resentful that you're depressed. You might even have a feeling about that feeling where you're dejected, about feeling anxious, These upper layers, that's where we make our money. You kind of want to think about it like you're clearing the path for this base feeling to move. These feelings junk up the road, and then I have here your melon, your mind. And your mind is so cute. And it has thoughts that come from these emotional states. If you feel angry, you have angry thoughts. If you feel depressed about feeling sad, you're gonna have thoughts that come from that. And then, cool enough, you'll have thoughts about your thoughts. All of this gets in the way of this, your base feeling, your experience. But you know this is a channel that loves nuance. We're trying to keep it real here. Things aren't so fucking simple. Some of this information is good and helpful, and sometimes you want to think about your feelings and think about your thoughts so you can update the inner software. The trick is to become very aware and very honest with yourself about what you're doing, because a lot of what you're doing doesn't do what you think it does, and you can look at my other videos for that. So how do you let these other pieces down so you can make room for your base experience, especially if you're afraid that it's wrong or that it will always continue or somebody's fucking with you or you're still? How do you become still? You play the notice game. The notice game is incredibly simple. You notice. You develop the practice of noticing rather than being pressed directly up against your thoughts, rather than drowning or swimming in your feelings. You get out of the river and you look. You're thinking about that thing again. It sounds like you're criticizing yourself. Oh wow, honey, you feel pretty wronged by that. You notice your experience. You get a little space from it. In that space, you remember you might have another option. When you're smushed up directly against it, it's so easy to forget that you've made some choices in interpretation that makes you feel and think some type of way. A choice of interpretation might be what something means about you or what something means about somebody else or the situation or the future. And it happened so fast. You don't know you did it. You don't even remember there are other things you could think or feel about. So you get this space. And in this space, to make your magic, you take control of your nervous system. You do it with breathing. It's a pretty high-tech tool. If you think about it, this is a very high-tech tool. Luckily, it is free for most. Super convenient. You can whip it out anywhere. So you make your space because you played the notice game, and then you lean into your space and you breathe. Let's practice. And while you're breathing, you want to practice feeling. I did yoga for like 10 years before I could feel my breath come in. So if you can't feel your breath, don't worry about it. But what you can do is try to feel maybe your shirt or your pants or your seat. You just want to tap into some physical experience so you can start to draw your focus away from all these cool thoughts that you're having and bring it into your body. You might even try to feel the feeling. If you want that feeling to fucking move, feel it. You give it the stage and you step right into it. I have another video about that where you dive in with your head. You go into your feeling and you breathe. Ooh, this sucks. You might feel something cool like anguish or grief, agony, like you don't want to do it anymore. You could feel all kinds of things. The idea is to feel it without narration or feelings about your feelings. Very silently, go with it. Go find it, hold its hand, and you sit down and you breathe with it. What we're doing here is patterning self-acceptance, self-love. And when you do that, all kinds of magic happens. You start to have greater confidence in yourself. You start to value yourself. You start to respect your experience. And from those places, all the other things start to move. You want to have boundaries naturally once you learn how to respect yourself. You're better to other people. You're more inclined to communicate effectively because you're here, present. Don't worry if you don't get it right away. It's a practice.